Newcastle United's worst nightmare is the transfer window, and judging by the state of me, my worst nightmare is the sun. Big players leave every window, we get rejected by a ton of priority targets for other clubs. So today I'm going through who Newcastle should sign and sell for the rest of this window. But firstly, let's get changed. There we go, much better. Please do not forget to like and subscribe for more content related to football and Formula 1. Please smash that like button. It really does help push the video and push the channel to help me keep putting out all these videos. Thank you. See ya. So for this video, I've given Newcastle United a transfer budget of 100 million GBP for their transfers plus player sales going into that, allowing them to have a budget of 100 million plus whatever they get profit from who's been sold. So that would include the sales of Tonali for 100 million, Gordon for around 80 million, and similar value for Bruno Guimaraes when he makes his transfer to Arsenal, because unfortunately that is looking like it will happen this window. So we just have to move on past that and try and get the replacements in for him as soon as possible. So to start off the video, I think we need to start at the main point that needs changing from last season, which is of course the goalkeeper position. Nick Pope has served well for the club, but he's made way too many mistakes recently, especially last season, cost us a lot. You look at the mistake against Marseille in the Champions League for Aubameyang to score, and that pretty much sums up his season last season. So of course we signed Ewan Jawen earlier on in the window for about 20 million, the young Frenchman who was very, very tall.
Look at the size of that fucker.
From Reims, so he'll be good, but he's obviously not here to be a number one. He's happy to be number two for a few years while he develops into a number one keeper. And obviously we have now just completed the signing, although it's not fully been announced at the time of recording, for the Czech keeper from Braga, Lukas Hornicek. I don't actually know how you pronounce his surnames, and I've seen a lot of stuff on social media which I don't think is very monetizable to say on YouTube, so I'll leave that out. So, for the number one keeper role going into the 26-27 season, Lukas Hornicek is in the team. Now, moving on to the defence, another key bit of recruitment needed this window as the defenders are injury prone and we ran thin last season. We're playing Emil Kraft at centre-back for a few games. Starting at right back, and this is the first player I think we should bring in through the doors for the defence, and it is of course Jed Spence. We've been linked to him through the window. He had a very, very good World Cup, and if he wants to leave Spurs, Roberto De Zerbi's already said they're fine to let him go. If the players want to leave, they've got to sell them, and we've been linked to him through the season, so there's no reason why we can't get him this window, and so he is going into the right back position. Centre backs, as our starting centre backs for this 11, I think we should remain with Botman and Chow. They were solid last season when they could stay fit, and I'm very happy with them at the back. Obviously, Botman been with us for a few years now, named a Rolls Royce for a reason. When he plays, he's very, very good usually. A few hiccups last season, but the whole team had them, so that doesn't really bother me too much. And hopefully he'll be back to his very best this season coming. And his partner in crime, Malik Chow, they have a good relationship together. See them in the training videos and all the videos we do behind the scenes. They do get on quite well, and that shows on the pitch when they play, as Malik Chow had a very, very good season last season. Very good debut season in the black and white, and I'm more than happy for him to be our remaining first choice centre-back pairing for the season coming. To the left back position now, and that should be our priority, to keep Lewis Hall in the team. If we let him go, that is a statement of intent to the whole league. Every club around the world will know that we do not care about keeping our best players at the club. We cannot sell him. He's simply too good for us to go. The others, you can see why, but he's young. Lewis Hall still fits the profile of the players we want to keep at the club and the players we need, and especially with the reported fee, United media believe they can get him for £60 million. If they can sign him for £60 million, if we let him go for £60 million, that is a disgrace. He is far better than a £60 million player. He's second or third best left back in the world in my opinion. Obviously Nuno Mendes being number one and Marc Cucurella being a potential number two in the world, or number three, depending which way you like to have them. Personally, it might be a bit of bias coming through. I think Lewis Hall is a better left back than Cucurella, especially in the league last season. World Cup, Lewis Hall wasn't there and Cucurella had a good tournament. But I think overall in the league last year, Lewis Hall had a better campaign than Marc Cucurella. It was unfortunate he was injured for a bit of it, which obviously took people's attention away. But Lewis Hall has to be our starting left back going into next season. And on to defenders, I think we should sell None of them. We don't have enough to warrant selling any. Obviously, Kraft's gone, Trippier's gone, Target is gone. He was never going to play anyway. He was good to get him off the wage bill. Sells went to Leicester in January. We are thin for defenders, so there is no hope there of selling any. We need to retain as many as possible to help build the squad and actually build a squad that can challenge on all fronts, not just one at a time, because we see all the time at Newcastle, we're good in the league. As soon as we get Champions League and the league, we are bad in both, really. Well, we do well for points in the Champions League. We usually make it quite far for a squad of our ability, and it always crumbles. And then we crumble in the league, it crumbles in the Champions League. So we've got nothing to fight for, and we're finishing 12th like we did last season, which is just not good enough. And we need to build the squad around trying to play on all fronts, trying to get top 5, top 6, top 4 even for Champions League, and build the squad around build a big enough squad that can fight in 3 competitions at once, 3 or 4 competitions at once, playing 2-3 times a week. And then all of a sudden, the issues we've had of falling off mid-season, losing our best players because we're not getting Champions League every year, becomes reduced. We don't have that as much anymore if we can fight on all fronts at one time, which will be a big improvement for the club. So we need to bring in the players who can do that. Okay, so that's the defence sorted. Let's go over who is the backups for each player position and who will be going where, who else we're buying in to help with depth and to potentially even challenge for a start. So let's start with the keepers. Obviously, number 1, Lucas Hornacek. Behind him will be, as spoken before, Owen Jowen to play those cup games. The backup at right back, we will have Tino Livramento as a backup right back. He can play both sides, but I'd rather him focus on the backup right back position. And also Monaco's Vanderson. You get him for about £15 million as expected. A bit of experience. It'll be a step up from playing where he has done before. He comes from Monaco. He's Brazilian. It'll be a step up to go to the Premier League. He'll be a very good backup option for us to have. And then Tino Livramento can also cover that left-hand side instead. And then Vanderson will be able to take some minutes off of Spence, Livramento and Hall, which will definitely help with squad fitness, and he'll be a very, very good signing. Obviously, at right back, Lewis Miley can also play at right back position, although I don't want to see him there. He's naturally a midfielder. I want to see him grow and develop into a midfielder. And if he has to be one of those midfielders who drops back into fullback, I want to see that a bit later on. I think he's a bit too young to try and do that now. We should try and get him in the midfield, try and be the heartbeat of that team. Especially if he wants to get the captaincy later on. I think he should be in the midfield for that role. Now, let's go over it. Our backups at centre-back. Obviously, we have Dan Burn and Fabian Schär already at the club. However, just 4 centre-backs who all of them are pretty injury-prone, I'm not too happy with. So I'm expected, hopefully, to bring in 1 or 2 more. 1 is definite need, and that 1 I think we probably will get over the line is Giorgio Scalvini. We have been linked to him for about 3 years now. It is constant. Scalvini, we're scouting him, we're inquiring him. Atalanta wanted 70 million 18 months ago. Due to their financial difficulties, that's not likely to be the same price as it is now. We'd like to be able to get him at a hugely discounted fee. And it's expected you could be able to pick up Giorgio Scalvini for about 45 million, which will be an absolute steal, although he is also very injury prone. That means now we have 5 centre-backs at the back to hopefully help that out. And the other one I think would be a good addition would be Fikayo Tomori. Age-wise, he's probably the right profile of player we need to balance off these younger players, bring in a bit of experience and level-headedness. He's been there, done it before, and he's very cheap too. He wants to leave Milan, he wants to come back to England apparently, and you can get him for about £15 million, though he is linked to Liverpool, which could be an issue, as we know what happens with Liverpool and the players we want. Victor Munoz, Isak, who else has there been? There's been loads. Too many for me to even count, but hopefully we can tempt him away by promising a bit more game time, a bit more anything, a bit more of a leadership role within the squad, hopefully. And then hopefully he'll come to us and be a very good backup option if we need. And then backup left backs, obviously we've got Lewis Hall, Tino Livramento and Jed Spence to all fill that role. I do not want to see another year of Dan Burn playing left back. What point are we going to realise a 6'7" slow fullback will not make it in this day and age? Now let's get into the midfield. The 2 defensive-minded midfielders we're going to have in this team. And I've got another new signing as the left-sided DM. I'm having Alaji Bamba as our starting DM. He's tall, he's a number 8, he's not technically a DM, so we can put him slightly further up, sort of more of a Tonali role, a bit more progressive. He won't sit back and be the direct 6, but he can keep helping the ball go forwards in his play. He's physical, he likes to tackle, he's very good at barging players off the ball. He's he's fitted to the Premier League, really, in terms of his physicality. You look at midfielders who make it from other leagues, tall, physical, strong on the ball and off the ball players usually do quite well, and he is just that. So I'm expecting big things from him this season. In the other defensive midfielder role, a bit more of a 6 this one. It's another new signing. We've already bought Bamba, so this one is an actual out and out signing who I think we should go all out for to try and get, and that is Angelo Stiller from Germany. He is playing for Stuttgart. He's wanted by many clubs around the world. United wanted him a few years ago. He's been wanted by Saudi Arabia. We've inquired about him, but now the new German coach, having a German coach, having German players, we've already got Voltemada and Chow. Adding more to that definitely won't hurt, and it will hopefully build the players' confidence in him, as the players like to play under a coach who's the same nationality as them. They share the same ideologies, and hopefully Angelo Stiller wants to come to Newcastle to help build that. He can be our new defensive midfielder, sort of replacing that Bruno role. Very big shoes to fill in Bruno Guimaraes, but Angelo Stiller probably could be the man to fill it out of all the options out there at the moment. He's young, he's exciting, and he's got a release clause of £34 million, which is easily payable, although that is be able to break. If we break the release clause, if we spend the release clause, all Stuttgart have to do is pay Angelo Stiller £2 million to his personal bank account, not to the team that is bid for him, and then that release clause is null and void. Okay, and with Stiller and Bamba in the two more defensive roles, although Bamba obviously playing the 8, so we will get further up, just the two DMs on the team sheet. Obviously, as backups, I think we should retain Lewis Miley as the backup DM. And then we should have, I've got down 2 other signings, and those 2 include Lucas Bergvall, who've been linked to all transfer window long, been linked to getting him and Spence from Spurs. It should have already been a swap deal with Tonali for those 2, and then a few million coming our way as well. Should have been the deal, but that didn't get done, and we're trying to get, if we get Spence and Bergvall, that completely changes our transfer window, I'd say. About another fullback and another midfielder who definitely would improve the quality of our team overall, and both quite young, with areas developed, Spence being 25, so a bit more leadership qualities maybe looking from him, but still a young enough player. His prime years are still ahead of him. Will definitely improve the quality of our team. And the other midfielder is Hugo Larsson from Frankfurt. We've been linked to him again. Meant to be the Bruno Guimaraes replacement. However, I don't think he slots straight in the team if we get the other 2, and obviously hope to get the other 2 because I believe that they will be better quality for our team. And with Hugo Larsson, it adds good backup and good depth for competing for positions, which we have lacked quite a lot of over the last couple seasons. And that does mean departing. Tonali is already gone. Bruno Guimaraes is already 3/4 out the door. And they've also got Joe Willock being sold as well. So hopefully that can bring in about 200 and something million pounds worth of midfielders gone. To add to the transfer budget would be, if we can sell Bruno for 80 million, Tonali for 100, and Joe Willock for 20 to 25 million pounds, I believe would be a fair or good price for us even. Into the attacking midfield position now, and that's where I've got another new signing. Again, it's another player we've been linked to for years, so whether this happens or not is yet to be seen, really. It's going to take potentially a lot of convincing for him to come to the club, but that is Takefusa Kubo. We've been linked to him before. Although he is short and not physical, he's not really an Eddie Howe signing. He's good on the ball and good with his feet, and can play on the wing as well, which would be another good backup option on the wing if we need it. But I'd like to see him play through the middle. He can play there. He doesn't struggle as much as you'd think. He's played in the middle quite a lot, and he could be a very good Matthias Heisler signing. On the left is a signing we've already made. Bazumana Torre, I believe, should be our starting winger. He likes to get assists. He got buckets loaded of them for Hoffenheim last season. Looks young. He's young, exciting, fast winger. Back to the wingers that we're used to really at Newcastle, of a lot of pace, raw talent in there like St. Maximan was. And hopefully he'll definitely be similar to that, but with a bit more end products. And at right wing, another signing that I'm hoping we make. I'm really hoping we make. It's a big signing. It'll be the biggest statement signing, I believe, of the entire team, of this entire video. I think we should go all out for Antonio Nusa. He apparently had been waiting for a bid for us to come in. We've been linked to him all transfer window. He would revolutionise our right-hand side. Although Alanga has been doing well in the World Cup and in training, it looks, he would just be the real deal and a big statement signing going into the new season. And up top, I'm keeping it with Big Nick. No reason to change. Just keep him how he is. If we play him as a striker, he is really good. We shouldn't be playing him as an 8 like Eddie Howe did. That was severely bad man management. He's a phenomenal striker. He's shown that he's good on the ball. He can shoot. we don't need another striker. If we just build the team to play around him, we will be successful. If we try and make him do things that he's not wanting to do or not built to do, like pressing and running in, use the other players to press. Just use him as the big target man, and he will score goals. Give enough balls to him. Utilise Jacob Murphy properly, crossing those balls in, like hopefully Basil Manatore will be doing. If we put the balls into Nick Voltemada, he will score. Okay, now backups for these attacking midfielders. I'm hoping that, well, Jacob Ramsey will hopefully be used as one of the attacking mids. He can play on the left as well, however I'm hoping we don't see him used there. I think he'll be more useful playing centrally, creating the balls in and round for the wingers and strikers to use. I don't want to see him being that winger. I think he's much more effective down the middle of the pitch. Also likes of Sean Sturr. Don't really know where he'll play yet. He might be able to play in the 6 or the 8, more like the 8 with his progressive passing. But I'm hoping we see him play further up the pitch to allow Miley to go back there, and hopefully Sean Sturr will be able to be used more attackingly because he's more of an attacking-minded midfielder. Also, we have players in the youth academy like Sam Alabi to play in that attacking mid role. Hopefully we'll see a few minutes of him this season in this first stage of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Hopefully he'll be utilised then properly to give our youth a bit of time to grow. That we didn't really see too much under Eddie Howe, with the likes of keeping Sean Neave on the bench the whole time. And another signing I believe we should make, if you play Football Manager, you already know him, Hassan Ouedraogo. You know who I'm on about. He'll be a good player. He's young. He fits the profile of player we want. He's good with his feet. Tons of development ability. So I think we should try and bring him in. Just that depth and quality in the attacking mid position, and he'll set us up for years to come. And now, are we signing or selling anyone for the striker position? No. Why would we? Now, I'll play the graphics now, going over the teams and prices for all the players I believe could hopefully get a deal done, and the likeliness out of 10. You tell me how you think I've done in the comments, how far this Newcastle team can get in the league. Tell me where you expect this Newcastle team to finish compared to where you think the actual team will finish. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, hello there, Sporting Director of Newcastle United Football Club. Oh, what, we're signing no one and Bruno's going.
Baby, come over tonight, I'ma show you what it's like, I'ma make it right. Yeah, talk to me nice, I just wanna play it right, I just want it best side.